Alright, Leo. I'm a little late. I know. The last set of horoscope readings were not. They were a minute and a half ago. So I have extended the 50% off deal for all readings on lunarprophet.com through, I want to say you have like a month. I was like, well, why end it on Black Friday? Why be stingy? I haven't even put up the last half of the readings. Leo, you know I always say this. I don't always give the best. I don't know if you're on the cusp of Virgo. You know, we have like a million planets retrograde right now. Everyone's kind of going through it. Let me walk you through this. What I was going to say is you might not love this reading. I don't know that we're going to love it together, but I do think that um, there's silver linings coming up, but let me just sort of walk you through what I'm seeing. First of all, you or someone you were dealing with, you could have dealt with somebody at some point who had a hard time letting you go. They didn't want to be left behind. They held on to you. Or maybe someone you were dealing with had somebody else that was doing that to them. Take it how it resonates. For some of you, I want to say this was part of Libra's reading. Somebody could have had a child when they were pretty young with somebody, and that could have really complicated their entire life ever since. If they weren't very young, they just weren't ready, or they were young minded, or, because I want to say Libra had a very similar mess. I think it was Libra. So, like, for some of you, that's like the backdrop of the story. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it, but like, somebody could have, there's a few things that are happening here. Somebody may have like wanted to give you something stable, but maybe they didn't have it to offer. Um, Maybe for some of you, like you are this person that had a kid young with somebody, and this is like somebody you've been dealing with. Um, because that is sort of something that's been coming through. It does feel like somebody, I mean, like overall, even if that's not what that is, somebody maybe, either let something go or had a hard time letting something go or just didn't want to let something go but had to or something, just for their own sanity. And it could have been a situation where somebody didn't want to be left out, um, or left behind, even though they were like, yeah, it's like somebody really like was holding on to somebody. Somebody might have even made a move that was preemptive of that happening. Like, I'm gonna leave you before you can leave me type of ish. Um, and then also for some of you, there's some sort of financial aspect happening where like somebody may have, um, gotten themselves, it's like their stability could have been going up and down. They could have also just not had as much to offer as maybe they presented originally. I feel like right now the energy is like, let's just not fight. Um, for some of you, if this is more of a work situation, you could be beating out the competition, for some sort of contract. Uh, Maybe even in something that didn't work out in the past. You could have been blocked previously. There's some kind of, seemingly forward movement that could be happening right now. If this is a love situation, you guys might be getting back on the same track after some sort of falling out. For others of you, if this is a person that like married young and you're not the person they married, or something, like if they had a baby when they were young, or something where like, and it's not with you. Um, I don't know. It does feel like I mean, it could be that there's some kind of not yeah. I mean, some there could be a dissolving of some sort of marital contract or business contract to go towards a new one. Like it could be that like whether it's business or romance, somebody could be moving towards somebody new. But there is an energy of like somebody deciding to like let their guard down about a situation. Maybe after a lot of like aggression that took place, I feel like somebody is sort of um maybe even taking ownership of a situation that like maybe fell apart. Okay. Here's the part where like I don't know that you're gonna love this. And like this could also come about this is like the part where it's like there's a few translations where we could look at this. So I want to say, for one, if you don't want to have a kid, be very careful because somebody could get reckless and then you're gonna be like, well, what now? If this is a job thing, like you might beat out the competition, but then maybe it ends up not being what you thought it would be, or maybe it's something that you take just to like get back on your feet, but you're not like thrilled about it. And then for others, if you like start dating again or something, there's some energy of like um not liking the options or something. Oh, it could also be that the other options that get thrown out might get like aggressive and weird coming up. But also, because you do have like 401s up ahead, I feel like, I mean, you know, unless this is like a forbidden romance that ends up becoming like a real partnership up ahead. But I think, so one thing I'm seeing is if that is the case, like if somebody is like about to leave their family behind to start like something new with you, one thing I see is that like if this is not the actual child that they have together, like especially if they have a kid that's like relatively young, there's something where it could just be somebody's gonna be acting pretty childish. I mean, it could be like the other people that are no longer options. Again, I feel like I'm like all over the place. So for some of you, if you're just going straight back into dating, you might not love the dating scene. You might not love the something happening up ahead where it could even be if you're getting back with somebody that you're like just not trying to fight with. You guys might run in circles. Like you might come back to the same energy of like I don't know. I don't know if this is like other people getting involved or in between the two of you, but there's something where some old behavioral pattern could like reemerge, whether it's like a weird temper issue or somebody feels it could just be a lack of boundaries with other people or something where like regardless I think you're gonna be healing like because that like I feel like you heal emotionally from whatever this is and maybe also financially I also think that like at the bottom of the deck we have like you know 3 of Pentacles, so that could be like dating new people, which is also why I'm like I don't know that like if this is you know I don't know how permanent this is because the problems you had before might still reemerge, but if you're like kind of in a loving energy right now, or even like a passionate romantic energy. There's something about that coming through where, for one, it could end up, um, like, I mean, you might end up actually don't have a baby if that's something, something you don't want and that you think is possible. For others, if you have to merge families with somebody, it could be somebody's kid is going to be like real bratty and like a nightmare to deal with. Whether they're getting played from like the other mom to be like that, or maybe they're just like kind of a nightmare because they grew up in a environment where like the parents hate each other and are fighting all the time. And also, it could just be, I just feel like you might just be dealing with some childish people in general, because even, it's like, it feels like there's somebody else that wants to get involved or like intercept or like be weird and sneaky. So it's like, if this is somebody's ex, if you're like about to be with somebody who's like newly divorced, like, don't trust the ex-wife. She might play like she's your friend. Or there's some, or even like, there might be like multiple people trying to come towards you for like the wrong reasons. And it feels like they might act like they're friends or, something. Like I don't know if this person just has a lot of people in their life, but this is like, you need to kind of be very discerning on, how close you let these people in, what you say to them. Because there's some weird deceptive energy where they want to like either take something from you or like misconstrue who and what you are about. And then, and it's like, it could even be people that thought that they would be next in line if something ever did fall apart between like in this marriage, right? Like, it could even be like a bunch of like quote unquote friends that are like also like, they may have also done that to like the ex-wife potentially or something. There's something like that happening. I want to say you might have Virgo in your chart. There was something that reminded me, not right off the top of my head about that, but like it's like all this weird energy. Oh, I think the Seven of Swords keeps coming up, like it keeps showing up, and it feels like it's from like an ex-wife energy. So it feels like, because I feel like you're healing, but like somebody who is getting left behind has like tricks up their sleeves or something. It feels like a woman. It also feels like there's something where it's like, also, if that is the case, like there could be fighting happening right now in somebody's house over you. Like that, it's like if you haven't talked to this person in a minute, that could be like what's going on. Like they could be having a lot of like disputes and arguments over like whatever this is. So I just feel like, regardless, and again, like even if this is strictly like, let's say you don't even care about love and this is just a business reading. Well, I don't know if you've like, I don't know why you'd be listening for this long. Maybe you're just here to vibe out. Like if this is about work, a lot of times both of them apply. I feel like you're going to be building and collaborating with people, but again, like not all of them had the best intentions, or it could be like not necessarily the ones that you're building and collaborating with, but there could be people that want what you have, or like a seat at your table, but for the wrong reasons. So like, if they don't have something substantial to offer, or if it's people that like just like want to join the party but don't necessarily want to put in any kind of effort, or just people that suddenly want to be your friend now that they see that you have something. Because you could have, like, really been going through it recently, too. Just be careful of who you're, kind of, like, letting into your atmosphere. Let's see if we can get one last card for you as a closeout. I feel like we need a little bit better of a... I don't know. Yeah, be careful of, like, deceptive energy. People... I mean, somebody definitely wants to come back together with you. They could be plotting and scheming on how to do that. Somebody's very restless. It could be somebody... I don't love these messages. I wish I had, like, all these, like, amazing... Can you give me a positive and, like, a message for Leo? Jesus. Give me something that's, like, not so dark and weird. Like, other than a warning. What can Leo expect? Maybe you really need that warning. It's a huge full moon here. Okay, so, I mean, I do think that you, again, like, you could, really level up really quickly in your field. There's also something I think you just know intuitively already. Like, whatever this is about, you already know. I might just be telling you what you already know. And then also, again, like, be careful not to get baby trapped, but also be careful about any kind of baby mama or, ex-wife that might be sort of in the sphere of things. And also be absolutely sure if this is somebody that you're getting back together with, that this is, like, someone you really want to be with, just because you might, like, I mean, regardless, I do think you end up healing. Um, but there's some, like, yeah, I just don't know that it's necessarily with this person. Oh my god. Yeah, every time I keep flipping cards, I'm like, give me a positive message. Or like, Six of Wands, reverse, Ten of Swords. Like, somebody might just want to control you, or if you're getting attention, they may just want to, like, keep the attention off of you. Is there anything else we can... Two of Pentacles, reverse. Somebody... I mean, and that maybe that is the person that is, again, if this is someone relatively new and they're leaving somebody, that could be their energy. So again, like, I'm like, oh, maybe there's a better, more positive. Listen, they're not always positive. Sometimes they're warnings. I tried to get a better feel. I think you're gonna have this figured out. There's also something about, like, you might, if you go through another cycle with this person, if this is someone that you're kind of returning with, it could be that something about May could be significant. Like, you might really have figured something out by then. But either way, you're gonna heal. This is already like a 45-minute reading. If you'd like to book a personal, you can do so at lunarprofit.com for 50% off right now. You can tip or donate, you can like, share, subscribe, or you can do none of those things. Either way, until next time, good luck, Leo.